Saturday night. Thousands of students are making their way to the Guild of Students' weekly club night, Fab and Fresh, most of whom are coming from the neighbouring area of Selly Oak. After a rise in reported crime on the event's Facebook page and a high-profile stabbing in the area, many students have begun to wonder, are they safe in Selly Oak?
I went to the gym at like 4:30 today, and I even then didn't want to walk by myself, and on the way back I didn't want to walk by myself.
In winter,
I
it
ran.
starts getting dark at
Yeah.
6, 7 and you just won't go out after like 7 o'clock because it's scary.
Basically, I live on Bristol Road and I feel unsafe. Even walking home is a joke. Like my housemate she finished the orchestra like 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is the time you should feel uncomfortable about going home. A policeman stopped her and was like, you have to walk home with me, you have to walk home. There's a man in the door list,
You have to
brandishing
get a
a needle.
boy to walk home with you.
It's not nice to see that kind of stuff. Like, obviously parents and stuff get concerned about you living in that area, but I'm guessing it happens in a lot of cities as well, but there needs to be something done about it, really.
I think the university is doing things to make it better, but I thought there's still more measures that could be taken. I think it's getting there, but it's still not, I still don't feel completely safe at all.
At the beginning of my second year of uni, when I was just leaving the Vale Village and moving into Selly Oak, and I'd heard everything about what was going on, and there'd been a lot of sexual assaults on girls in second year, third years, I wrote to our local MP to say that basically I didn't feel safe, like in the area, I didn't feel like there was enough going on to help us. And he informed the House of Commons. I got a letter back from the House of Commons basically telling me that everything was fine, like not to worry, like there was loads of police officers, like some of them were undercover and like you just couldn't see them, but that they were there. But I think like the proof is that they're not there because
I feel like if
crime.
we saw more police officers, then you'd feel a bit safer, but I haven't seen any in the last 3 weeks.
Over 15,000 University of Birmingham students live inside the 2 square kilometre Selly Oak area, more than 40% of the university's total students. This rise in crime has left students feeling unsafe in their own homes, and many more unwilling to go out into Selly Oak after dark. With many students feeling that it's the university's responsibility to protect them, the Guild of Students President Rhys Patrick Roberts and the Welfare and Community Officer Izzy Bygrave have petitioned the university to take an active role in the community and ensure the safety of their students.
No one's really taking ownership of their responsibility in the community. The Guild included, the university included, maybe local government, and that's why we started it, just really sort of say to students that we're a little sick and tired and we want everyone to really sort of have their fair share of their support in the community.
I'd say maybe there's not necessarily more crime, but the perception of crime is much higher. Like I felt more scared walking home this year than I did at any point last year, and it's been like 3 weeks of term already.
I've lived in Selly for 3 years now. It's certainly not changed. We've got back to autumn, winter. This is where crime goes higher. It's almost sort of expected, which shouldn't happen, but when you live in Selly Oak, it's almost expected that this is what happens at this time of year.
I think it's our responsibility to tell the uni what we want, but then I think it's the university's responsibility to react to what we're saying. Because like when it comes down to it, we're the ones that are paying to be here, we're the ones that are using the facilities, we're the ones that should be getting the experience that we want and that we're paying for.
A common theme among students and university staff alike is that while crime itself in Selly Oak has not changed, residents have become more aware of it over the past years. A brief look on a Facebook ticket exchange forum makes it clear to see why, with many students taking to social media to air their concerns about safety in Selly Oak and what they feel should be done to help tackle and help prevent crime in the area.
I never see security on campus, let alone around Selly Oak, so since they've got thousands of students living there, I think they may as well invest.
The feeling that the university should be doing more to protect its students is not uncommon among the residents of Selly Oak. A Guild TV survey found that 87% of students living in Selly Oak did not feel safe there, and only 30% have never experienced any crime or violence in the area. Students now feel so unsafe that a forum was called for them to voice their concerns to representatives of the police, the university, and the Guild of Students.
I was followed home last Thursday by a group of men, and I had my alarm around my neck, but in the moment I was too scared to pull it, and I was about to turn up my road, then I saw how dark it was, and the men all had a car, and I thought I'm not going to make it if I turn up that road, so I ran and I hid in Tesco. Now I literally won't leave my house in the dark unless boys come and walk me from my door to wherever I'm going, because I'm just too scared.
I offer you exactly the same as I've offered everybody else. If you want to come and do some work with me, I will try my best to make you feel safer, but I don't genuinely know what I can do about that circumstance to stop those people, because for me the issue is not yourself, it's them. They're the ones with the issue. If they think it's acceptable to go following people around, they're the ones that are behaving disgustingly. You shouldn't have to change what you do to avoid idiots like that, and if that's the way they're behaving, I'm disgusted by that. That's not normal at all. And it's not appropriate, and I'm really sorry that that is happening.
My car was stolen on Monday night, and it's absolutely gutting to call 111 about it, and they didn't even open an investigation. They gave me a crime number and gave me the number of the charity.
If somebody came to us and said, will the university help fund this initiative about CCTV cameras, I am pretty confident that I would have an easy sell with my boss to get infrastructure funding for that. The City Council does not put cameras up in residential streets.
After the forum, we were able to speak to the university's Director of Student Affairs and Academic Registrar to find out if they really did believe the university was doing enough to protect its students.
I think the university does a huge amount to keep students safe, both on the campus with the work in partnership with the police and the campus police officer, as well as the different safety initiatives that we have on the campus, but also the things we do off campus, and we do those in partnership with the Guild.
Yes, we do have a duty of care. We have a legal duty of care to the students who are here on our campus, who are in our accommodation, and for those students on campus and in our accommodation, we provide, as you'll see around the campus, CCTV, extensive lighting, our own security patrols, our own campus police officer here. I think the question probably that you're asking is, does our duty of care extend when you step off the university estate and into the public realm? Not in the same way. Does our concern for students extend beyond the university's boundary? Absolutely it does. So does that mean that what we want to try and do to influence change beyond the university's boundaries? Absolutely it does. But there are some things that we can only do on our own property, whereas outside in the community, we can influence, lead and change what happens, and that is what we're very much trying to do.
I think there's definitely an increase in student awareness of crime. I think that there's been the horrendous incident in early October. I think that, coupled with students being much more vocal about the crimes that they've seen around them and in their community, means people talk about it much more and feel it much more. If I heard of a crime every 2 days in my area, I would then be very fearful of crime. I think what was useful around the petition for the student population as a whole was it demonstrated to the whole university community, other students and the university staff and its management, how important this was to students.
Given that students clearly appeared to care a great deal about their safety, we went out with the community wardens to see what measures they were taking against crime.
Hello. Hi mate, sorry to interrupt your evening. I'm a community warden with the Guild, and we're going around with Guild TV and the PCSO today as well. All we're doing is security checks, so just making sure people are locking the doors, just because, you know, if the doors are locked, it's a target for burglars, so just a friendly reminder to try and keep it locked.
Okay.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot mate,
Cheers.
thanks for your time. So there you go, now you've seen the spiel, as it were. So that's all it is, you know, just a friendly reminder, keep your door locked, and then we make a note of where and when things happened, and then we can do what I was telling you about with the repeat visits. Hello, is anyone in? Hello?
So as you can see, you've got windows wide open, but no one's actually in there, so it's just asking to be a target of burglary, just because won't do a simple task of just closing the window.
So it's unlocked, and from what we can tell, it's empty as well. So we've tried to ring the number found inside, see if we can get the landlord to come and just lock it up. But so far, wasn't able to get through. So he said he's just going to go check the flats upstairs and see if anybody is in, and just hasn't heard. So hopefully there will be someone in to unlock. If not, like I said, all we can really do is make sure it looks as secure as possible, and like I say, we leave them a little note for when they do turn up to just remind them that, hey, we've been around, your door's open, and then hopefully in the future they'll keep it locked.
So inside there's a contact number for the landlord, so we just use a bit of common sense trying to get in touch with them just to inform them, because all the landlords will have an emergency key to come and secure the property, and like this one it needs a key to be secured from the outside, so that's what we'll try and do. In terms of crime statistics themselves, there's not that much of a difference. There's not a lot more, it is more the perception of crime. Things like Fab and Fresh don't help. People will post to that website without telling us what's happened.
It is clear that while a lot is being done to protect student residents of Selly Oak, it is still not enough. With each party seeming to call on the other to do more, it is unclear where any solution, if there is one, lies. Where some see solutions, others see further problems. Are Facebook pages such as Fab and Fresh actually doing more harm than good? And should the university still be putting more funds towards protecting Selly Oak? For now, we can only hope that these students are safe in Selly Oak.